Today's story is about how a few fish brought for a good purpose turned into a billion-dollar headache for one of the richest countries in the world. Back in the 1970s and 80s, fish farmers and government agencies in the southern United States were searching for a natural solution to a growing problem: algae and organic waste building up in ponds and wastewater lagoons. They imported several fast-growing Asian carp species like silver carp, bighead carp, and grass carp, hoping these fish would clean the water by eating plankton and weeds. No one imagined that these helpful fish would one day escape into the Mississippi River system and spread like wildfire across the heart of America. At first, the presence of Asian carp did not seem very alarming. There were only a few reports from ponds and local waterways. But then floods, broken barriers, and careless handling allowed them to slip into rivers connected to the mighty Mississippi. Once there, their true power appeared. They breed extremely fast, grow quickly, and eat almost everything that small native fish and young game fish depend on. To understand why scientists in the US are so worried, you have to look at how these fish live. Silver carp and bighead carp are filter feeders, which means they constantly suck in water and strain out plankton, the tiny plants and animals that form the base of the freshwater food chain. When Asian carp arrive in large numbers, they outcompete native fish for this food, leaving less energy available for species like bass, crappie, and many others that local people care about. Over time, the entire balance of the ecosystem can shift in favor of carp and against native species. There is also a more dramatic side to this invasion that often goes viral on social media. Silver carp are extremely sensitive to sound and boat engines. When a motorboat passes over a river full of these fish, they panic and launch themselves out of the water, sometimes flying 2 to 3 meters into the air. Videos show dozens of large fish raining down on boats, injuring people and making normal river recreation dangerous and chaotic. As Asian carp moved north through the Mississippi and its tributaries, a new fear appeared: what if they reached the Great Lakes? The Great Lakes support a multi-billion-dollar fishery and are home to their own delicate ecosystems. If carp establish breeding populations there, they could permanently change one of the world's largest freshwater systems. To stop that from happening, the United States has poured huge sums of money into a high-tech war against this fish. One of the most famous projects is an electric barrier system in canals that connect the Mississippi Basin to Lake Michigan. Under the water, metal electrodes create a powerful electric field designed to shock or repel any carp that try to swim through. There are also experiments with underwater sound cannons, bubbles, and other devices to scare or divert the fish. Alongside these barriers, there are commercial fishing programs and even tournaments that offer prize money to crews who catch as many carp as possible. Tons of fish are removed every year, sometimes turned into fertilizer, animal feed, or other products. Yet, despite all this, the carp population remains strong, and new sightings continue to appear in different parts of the river system. The irony is that in many Asian countries, fish like silver carp and bighead carp are not seen as monsters at all. They are common market fish, eaten fried, curried, or in soups, and considered a normal part of daily life. In some places, people would happily buy these fish by the truckload if they were available at a good price. So the same animal that is treated as trash in one country is treated as valuable food in another. This contrast raises an interesting question. What if such a fish became super abundant in a country like Bangladesh? Would people see it as a blessing because it is cheap, accessible protein, or as a curse because it threatens native species and the health of rivers? The answer is not simple. A sudden explosion of any single species, even an edible one, usually means the ecosystem is out of balance. From the story of Asian carp in America, we can draw a wider lesson. When humans move plants and animals from one part of the world to another, even with good intentions, the results can be unpredictable and sometimes disastrous. Nature's balance is delicate, and once a species like Asian carp establishes itself and spreads, it can be almost impossible to remove. So, on one side of the world, people spend billions trying to block, shock, and chase away this invader. On the other side, families sit down to lunch and enjoy the same fish as a normal, tasty meal. That strange reality makes Asian carp one of the most surprising fish stories of our time. A battle between a powerful country and a humble river fish that refuses to lose.